All right, for your homework tonight, this page, you might need to refer to our foldable that we did in class today. So we need to, it's not showing here, but you need to know your parts. We're gonna write our answers always in base 10. So, and we make sure we have an actual number that's between 1 and 10 when we do the math. So I'm gonna do a couple from each section, and then you need exponent rules for the back. So when multiplying, the keyword multiplying powers with the same base, we're talking about base 10. Here is when we add the exponents. And when dividing with same bases, we're going to have to subtract the exponents. So you're going to do this on these problems here on this page. Now, to put in scientific notation, we have to have a number between 1 and 10 times base 10. Now, this is too big. On this 450 million here, we would have to see that the exponent is at the end behind the 0 here. And we would have to move it to the left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to get a number 4.5. So we want it in between the digits because that's now a number between 1 and 10 times base 10. Because we moved it 8 times, it has an exponent of 8. So if you're talking about starting off with a very large number, the exponent is always positive. 4 here is a very small number. And I see the decimal. To make this into a number between 1 and 10, I would move to the right 1, 2, 3, 4 times to get 9.8. And this is now 10 to the negative 4. So if I'm moving or starting with a very, very small number, the exponent is going to always be negative. So see if we can do 5 and 6. Okay. Now, after just putting in scientific notation, because we have to make sure the number, our coefficient, our number we're multiplying the base 10 is always between 1 and 10. So when we do our evaluate the expression, we're going to follow the rules. This is when multiplying, you add the bases, the exponents of like bases, and when you divide, you subtract. So here, you start off, you multiply the coefficients, the 1.1 and the 2.5. You have to do that in your calculator. So you multiply that, 1.1 times 2.5, and we get 2.75. So we write that coefficient times, and we're going to still do base 10. Oops, I meant to do that in black, sorry. And now we have to look at these exponents, the 3 and the 9, and we are adding those exponents. So our final answer is 2.75 times 10 to the base of 12. Okay. So here on number 9, 2.6 times the 4.9, and we get 12.74 times, we keep our base 10, and our exponents here are negative 3 plus 7. And when I simplify this, I'm going to get 12.74 times 10 to the 4th power. But 12.74, this number here, is not between 1 and 10. You would need to move the decimal to the left one time. And this is when we have to remember that acronym, LARS, L-A-R-S. Left is meaning you're going to add. So we're going to add 1 because we moved the decimal to the left once. So our final answer is 1.274 times 10 to the 5th power. So here's these are multiplying, and then we're going to do some dividing. Okay. So for the dividing, we are dividing the coefficients. So 16.32. 16.32 is being divided by 5.1. We get 3.2. So 3.2 times 10, our base. And when we divide, we subtract the exponents. So our final answer is 3.2 times 10 to the 5th power. Because 10 minus 5 is 5. So on 13, 1.925 divided by 0.55. Get 3.5. So 3.5 is our coefficient times 10. Here we're doing 7 minus 2, which gives us 5. So 3.2 times 10 to the 5th. So you're going to do the evens here. Now, you need these rules. You need to know the rules for the back here. When we're multiplying, we add the exponents. So 9 times 5 is negative 5 is negative 45, but we're doing 3 plus 2 with those exponents. So this is negative 5w to the 5th power. Here on 16, you have to remember to distribute this 3 to each term. So 8 to the 3rd power, h already has an exponent 2, so now then we multiply that 3. So you just need to finish this. You need to figure, this is a big, not a big number, but you need to use your calculator to do 8 to the 3rd power and get what number? And then you get 2 times 5, okay? Here, when we divide, that's 3. We're subtracting the exponents. So write the final answer on 17. And then the last one, this is not a base 10. If it was a base 10, or I mean base 10 like this, then we can keep the negative exponent. But this is not a base 10. So we have to flip it, put it over 1 and flip it, and then change the exponent to a positive 2. So that sure helped for the first page. On the back here, we're doing perimeter and area for this first set of problems. Perimeter means we're just adding up all the sides. So we're adding up here, then we're adding up this side, then we come over here. This would be the same 5/8 to the 2nd power b to the 4th. And then when I come over here, these two are 3ab squared. We're just adding up their sides. So if I go 5a squared b to the 4th plus 3ab squared plus 5a squared b to the 4th plus 3a to the b, ab squared. And we just have to remember combine our like terms. Okay, so this is 10 a to the 2nd power, so 2 b to the 4th, and then I'm combining my b squares, so that's 6ab squared. So that's perimeter. Area is just multiplying the length times the width. So our length could be the 5a squared b4, and then I'm multiplying it times the width, which is our 3ab squared. So I multiply 5 and 3, that's 15. My a now has an exponent of 3. Don't forget that's an invisible 1 right here. 2 plus 1 is 3, and b is 2 to the 6th power. So you're doing perimeter for this triangle, for both triangles. The thing on triangle for area, it's base times the height divided by 2. Your base is actually the bottom here, okay? And your height is the perpendicular distance, so it'd be here. I'm going to do that in a different color, like green. Here we go. And your height would be here. Now on 24, they didn't do a good job on denoting this, but all the sides are 8mn. They're all 8mn to help you do your perimeter. So try 23 and 24. Remember, we're just multiplying the base. Like if I can continue, the base is 3mn squared. Our height is 4m squared. We're multiplying by 2 and then dividing it. Multiplying it together and then dividing it by 2. So 3 and 4 is 12, but if I divide that by 2, that's 6. Now I have to add my exponents. M to the third and to the fourth. Okay. Now, 25 and 26, if you're not familiar with the shape, you won't know how to do the area. This is a trapezoid. And to find the area of a trapezoid, it's base 1 plus base 2 in parentheses times the height, then divided by 2. You have two bases, a top and the bottom. Those represent your bases. So in our parentheses are 7a squared, 7a squared b. Then we're adding that to the 11a squared b. Multiplying by the height is here, is 3ab, and dividing it by 2. But when I work this out, guys, when you work it out, you have to do what's in the parentheses first. So this 7 and 11 is 18a squared b. That will end up being multiplied to the 3ab, and then you're dividing it by 2. So don't forget your exponent rules. Remember, this is like an invisible 1, so you got to add those exponents. And the area of a circle is pi r squared. The 3x cubed y is your radius. R represents the radius. So don't worry about the pi, it's just another symbol. We're doing 3x cubed y, raise it to the power of 2, and we're going to distribute that to each term. So 3 to the power of 2, x, I already had an exponent. Now we multiply that by 2, and y to the power of 2. So see if you can simplify this. You don't do anything with the pi, you just leave it in your answer. I hope this helps you get this done. Thanks.